Our first stop in Japan was to Itochu Corporation, a huge conglomerate that focused on its CSR initiatives in its supply chain, making sure its suppliers weren't hiring child laborers and that their employees were working in safe environments. After that, we were taken on a tour by Hirohisa of Japan. We started at a park in Roppongi, I believe, that had some incredible views. I especially like the one on top of the hill. And then he took us to Old Japan, where I probably had the best yakitori I had all trip. The last stop on the walking tour was a Buddhist temple in the middle of the city. It was huge and it had a ton of great shops where I got a ton of souvenirs, as well as a fortune that I hope that it would have come out better, but I haven't seen any of the effects of it yet, so we'll see if it comes true. And after that, we ended our day trip, at this great restaurant, this great buffet. I think it was in Shinjuku, with incredible views all around. And that night, we did a little bit of karaoke. The next day, our tour guide showed us around the Sega Sammy facilities. Uh, they make Pachinko and slot machines, and their supply chain initiatives were to reuse parts and the plastics from old machines to create their new ones. That night, our group went out to the Golden Gai district, which is, I believe it's in Shinjuku, and it's about a half a mile to three-quarters of a square mile that consists of like 150 different bars that only sit about 4 people. We went with a big group, so we weren't allowed to get into a lot of the bars, but it was still an awesome time. And almost every night ended with going to the ramen place. This place was unbelievable, and I just found out that they opened one in New York. The next day we went to Sony, which I thought was probably the coolest tour we did. They showed us all their new gadgets, and I got to try on the VR, virtual reality gear. And they also showed us what they're doing in their supply chain, where they're redesigning their packaging so that they can fit more units into their trucks. After Sony, we went to Toyota, who preached similar supply chain initiatives as Sega Sammy and Itochu. The next day, we went on a tour of a Shinto temple, which was in the heart of the city. It was it was good size, and we got a tour by a Shinto priest, which was pretty cool. He pretty much talked about the values of the religion, which were based on your feelings with the environment. They He emphasized that Shinto priests drink a lot of sake, which we found out that you kind of take it as a sacrament at the end of our their little I don't know what you call it, like their mass. They had we had a shot of sake to end it off. Here's a little 360 tour of the entrance. And it was pretty cool when we entered the temple. We had to wash our hands, and then we also had to wash our mouths out. We just took a sip of water and spit it out. Here's the entrance, or the main area, the courtyard, where we also saw a wedding go by. And again, here's a more sake. And then this was in Shibuya, right down the road. There was a ton of shops and a ton of people dressed up. And here's the Shibuya crossing, where you'll see that there's just, once they have everyone's able to walk, you can see there's just a ton of people using this intersection at one time. Tonight we went to a art museum that Ellie showed us, and at the top was a bar which had incredible views. We also got to take a picture with some Halloween outfits on, which was fun. This is chicken katsu. This is my favorite meal that I had while I was there. I had it 20 times. This is Jared and I on Halloween night. That was a banana. That's all I could find. Here's the Tokyo Sky Tree. I didn't think I had a fear of heights, but after being on top of that building, I can now say that I do. Definitely felt a little weird up there. Here's the Tokyo Dome City, where we went shopping and got some baseball stuff. And this is just a picture of the group again. Overall, I had a great experience, and it was really fun traveling with everyone.